Hope, thank you for joining us. You've been in the job as Women's Technical Director for a couple of months now. How have you found your time here so far?
It's been busy but productive. It's been great to obviously meet the players who are a real talented group. I think they've got a lot to offer. Quite a nice, diverse group. You know, we've got some quite a few internationals as far as Asia, which is great. I think they've all got their own stories to tell. So a real talented group. And obviously getting to know the staff and the support staff who also are a talent. I think it's a nice mix in terms of the type of experience we have. And I'm really excited to work with them. So it's good. I think the last couple of months I've really just come with a different lens. It's given me a holistic approach. You know, I've overlooked everything, and it gives me a real opportunity now to start planning, you know, what's needed, where can I support, where can I help, perhaps where have we got the gaps, where do we need to add. So that's been really, really interesting and really exciting for me. But I think more importantly, the group as a whole, really good people that really want to do well for Birmingham. So that really excites me.
And what was it about being Technical Director of Birmingham City Women that appealed to you?
I think, you know, you've got to recognise that historically this is a fantastic club. I think the legacy they've had in women's football is second to none. So that was really appealing. I mean, the talent that comes out of Birmingham, you know, I can name a lot of those players: Karen Carney, Ellen White, Laura Bassett, Rachel Williams. There's so much talent in this area. So the opportunity to work with those sort of players, calibre of player, really, really excited me. And I really believe that, you know, Birmingham have the potential to be in the top flight of football where they once were. And it's really about going on that journey and fulfilling the dreams of everybody that wants to come on that journey, because I believe this is where Birmingham should be, top flight.
And yourself, you enjoyed a career as a player and as a manager. Why did you decide the time was right to transition into this new role?
I really believe with the investment of the owners and the ambition of the owners that this club is definitely on the rise again. And I think for me, knowing that you've got that backing and support, and this is club-wide, really makes me want to be part of that. So the ambitions of the owners, where they see women's football at Birmingham, where it should be, was so appealing. And that is all about, you know, top flight of women's football.
And for supporters watching this, what is your remit as Technical Director?
I have to stress it's not on the grass. Really important that people understand that. I think my role is I look at the women's game. That's academy, that's a first team, that's our ETC teams, our younger age group. I look at it from a wider lens. So I play that support role. I support the first team manager, Darren Carter, and make sure that they've got the necessary provisions in place and support in place, so that all they then have to worry about is the football on the pitch. That's my role. So it isn't the coaching, it is that support role to the coaches, the staff, the players. But I come with a wider lens to ensure everything that they have in place allows them to be the best they can be on the pitch.
An important pillar of any successful football club is the local community. What role do you see our players playing in connecting the two together?
I think the players have a huge role within our community. We have a fantastic community trust that we're working with. I think it's important to recognise that our players are role models, and it's really important that the players are visible, whether they go out into the community, whether they go into schools, whether they engage with the fans at the stadium. I think the players are the key to growing our fan base and growing our game. So they're an important part in getting fans, you know, young girls, young boys, men, women, getting them to come and support the women's team. So play a really, really important role in our community.
You were obviously out at the Women's World Cup in the summer and witnessed the growth of the women's game, particularly since England won the Euros. Do you expect that growth to continue moving forwards?
Yeah, I was really fortunate to go to the World Cup. I think it's the catalyst for it to continue to grow. I think what we've got to recognise is that a shift in women's football. I think I don't think I know that the product on the pitch is far better than it's ever been. The girls are full-time athletes. They look athletic. I think that then brings in those commercial partners that want to be part of women's football. I think there's new broadcast deals. So I just think it shows that the growth of the game will continue simply because of the talent on the pitch. And I think that was showcased very well at the World Cup, showcased very well at the Euros, and it will continue to grow.
And we have a proud history here at the football club. What are your memories of coming up against Blues?
The players that I know, I think was more as my time as first and foremost as England manager. I worked with a lot of those talented youngsters that played for Birmingham, a very, very successful Birmingham. And I think I mentioned them before, Karen Carney, Ellen White, Joe Potter, who I forgot to mention, obviously. But then as a manager, when I worked for Brighton, coming up against them at this stadium, it was never easy. And, when they were in the WSL, it was always a fight. I mean, the athletic, physically strong. And then when they went down and we were in the WSL, they still had an abundance of talent, so much so that they beat us as a championship side. So I think the history of this club has always been talent, good athletes, ambitious players, and so a real strength in depth in this football club. So it was tough, but I just think it just shows, the talent pool that is in this area, and hopefully the future success that Birmingham will have.
And what does success look like to you in the 2023-24 season?
Playing exciting football on the pitch so that the fans and the fan base grows and they want to come back. I think it's really important that we play good football, attractive football, and obviously we'd like to win football matches. Obviously we want to lay a real strong foundation so that the team can build on that for next season and the season beyond. So we have to make sure we put the right people in place, fill some of the gaps that we've got in order to support the staff and, more importantly, to showcase our players on the pitch.
And as you've mentioned already, some of the names, Karen Carney, Keris Harrop, and Birmingham City is renowned for producing talented players through its pathway. Is that an element for you to continue driving in your role?
Absolutely. Player development is a real passion of mine. To see young talent come through a pathway and then go on and have a really successful career at senior level is really important to me. But more importantly, it's important to the club, the owners. We want to produce talent that represents, first and foremost, Birmingham, and then hopefully go on and represent their country if they have that aspiration to do so. So my role as well is to work with the Professional Game Academy, work with their staff, again, to ensure that those players have the best opportunity of coming through our pathway, more importantly, representing the first team. So I think it's really exciting. We just got to make sure that the foundations are in place so that staff can help support the players on their journey.
Finally, what is your long-term vision for the team?
The vision would be for certainly the first team to be back in the WSL. Number 2, stay in the WSL, be a permanent fixture. Number 3, win Champions League, sky's the limit, go on and on and on. And more importantly, do it again. So not just a one-off, but continue to do that again. And I think for the academy, have that conveyor belt of talent that comes through into our first team. So that real homegrown talent, as well as that, getting the supporters in to come and watch attractive, entertaining, winning football to a point where they're so excited that they just want to keep coming back again and again and again. So, the ambition is big and real. And more importantly, we have the backing of owners that want to see that ambition come to fruition.